Dear friends, today we are going to speak on Abhidhammic physics or physics in Abhidhamma. Before we go into the subject, I have to clarify some factors referring to the former lessons. At the beginning, I explained that we cannot speak anything in this world without two concepts. That means time and space. That is why in Abhidhamma, especially in the Chitta analysis of consciousness, we find human world, 6 heavens and 4 hells. And in Rupavachara and Arupavachara analysis of consciousness, we find Brahma Loka or Brahma worlds. Why? Without a proper location, human beings cannot understand anything properly. That is why I told you that space is a very important concept in understanding something like mind, because mind cannot be seen. We cannot see it. We cannot see it working. Therefore, we have to locate it. That is why in Abhidhamma we find those explanations of the world. And the next concept is time. We know that in Abhidhamma it is explained that human beings live this much of time and Brahma worlds have this much of years of millions of years life, like that. And also rising, existing, vanishing, 3 moments, like that. Time also is a very important concept in order to explain something like mind. But however, these two concepts are not real. But although artificial concepts, but we need the use of them in order to explain something clearly. Next, I explain that Sutta and Abhidhamma, these two are not two things, because whatever we find in the conventional form of language in the suttas, the same thing we find in absolute form in Abhidhamma. Therefore, I compared the 5 aggregates and the analysis of Chitta, Cetasika, Rupa in Abhidhamma. 5 aggregates themselves have been analyzed on a psychological basis in Abhidhamma as Chitta, Cetasika and Rupa. In Rupa in the 5 aggregates, we find in Abhidhamma as 28 material elements. And Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, feelings, perceptions and dispositions, we find in Abhidhamma as 52 mental concomitants or thoughts. And Vijnana or consciousness in 5 aggregates, we find under the Chitta or consciousness into 89 or 121 parts in the Abhidhamma. And also I explained that this analysis of Abhidhamma is nothing but it is based on the Buddhist middle path or Noble Eightfold Path. Noble Eightfold Path or the middle path is analyzed into 3 steps, gradual steps: Sila, Samadhi, Panya, morality, concentration and wisdom. Then I explained that Chitta is analyzed as wholesome and unwholesome, and resultant and functional. This analysis means actually it explains the wholesome, it explains the mental basis of wholesome and unwholesome actions. And also Rupavachara and Arupavachara, material and immaterial trances, it explains the psychological basis of samatha meditation or samadhi concentration. And also in the lokottara or transcending aspect, it explains panya or wisdom, how panya develops or wisdom develops in accordance with the 4 noble truths or 4 fruits and 4 paths. then nothing else we find in Abhidhamma, the same middle path, Sila Samadhi Panya. And also I explained that we normally, by following the Abhidhammatta Sangaha, we always follow Chitta Chetasika Rupa Nibbana. But however, there is no such a definite way of explaining Abhidhamma under the Chitta Chetasika Rupa Nibbana. We can start wherever it is easy. That is why I told you that five aggregates begins with Rupa. Because Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vijnana, mental aspects. We cannot see them. Therefore, sometimes when we start with the Chitta Chetasika, students are bewildered because they are confused because they cannot see it. No? But however, if we start with Rupa, then it is easily understood because Rupa means matter. Matter means all the things, our physical body and all other things, trees, other things, sun and moon and trees and the items, etc., houses, etc. All these are called matter. Then Abhidhamma explains under the matter all these material things. Therefore, I hope to start with this lesson from Rupa or matter. That is why I put the topic for this lesson as Abhidhammic physics, because physics in the science explain the physical world, or otherwise physics in Abhidhamma. But this is different from modern physics. But however, many students study today physics. Therefore, they can easily understand if we compare physics and Abhidhamma. But I am not a scientist and I have not studied science. But however, I have read many things about the modern science. Therefore, we will start with Rupa or matter. Then according to Abhidhamma, Rupa or matter means not only the human body, but its related aspects in the world. According to Abhidhamma, Rupa or matter is analyzed into 28 material elements. They are, the first we find Bhuta Rupa, primary material elements. Then Upada Rupa, secondary material elements. There are 4 primary material elements and there are 24 secondary material elements. Primary material elements means Bhuta Rupa, that means Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. It has 2 kinds of meanings, conventional and absolute. But here we are concerned of the absolute meaning. In a conventional form of language, in the suttas we find Patavi means earth, Apo means water, Tejo means fire, Vayu means wind. But this is the conventional meaning. But according to Abhidhamma, we have to take the absolute meanings. Patavi means solidity. A matter clash with another material element. This contact is called, this contact refers to the solidity. That because of solidity, they contact together. That is the basis of Patavi. Apo, before we come to Apo, we will go to the Tejo. Tejo means fire. Fire means actually heat, temperature. Temperature means both cold and heat. When the temperature going up, we call heat. When it goes down, we call cold. Therefore, cold and heat both represent Tejo. And Vayu means motion. Motion means, but we think that it is moving. But according to Abhidhamma, nothing moves from one place to the other. Kesagga mattampi dhammanam sankamana bhavatu. Even the tip of a hair, that much of space, it does not move from one place to the other. Because everything rises and vanish. Therefore, there is no time for moving. But for example, if you take firebrand, when you rotate a firebrand, you see a circle of fire. But actually there is no circle of fire, but the rapid movement of the firebrand, because of the rapid movement of the firebrand, we see a fire circle. And also, when a lamp or flame, it absorbs the oil part by part, and flames are rising and vanishing, rising and vanishing. When it rapidly happening, we see one flame, but there is no actually in reality one flame. That is the way of seeing. When something is moving rapidly, we see as one thing, but actually in reality there is no. According to Abhidhamma, if we accept that something transmigrates from one place to the other, then it is against the theory of moment. According to Abhidhamma, everything is momentary. Therefore, no time to transmigrate from one place to the other. Sabbe sankhara anicca. Sabbang khanikam. Everything is momentary. Therefore, here, although we translate as motion, here is not really motion. Rapidly arising and vanishing moments taken together, we see as moving. Then, but I did not mention about apo. Apo, actually, according to Abhidhamma, apo means cohesion. Cohesion means connecting together. That means every material elements are put together, combined together because of apo. It is proved like this. That means in other Indian traditions, they take apo as water. But if we hit on the surface of the water by hand, we feel solidity. That is patavi, that is earth. It is not water. When we put our hand into the water, we feel cold. It is tejo. Because tejo also, therefore water is not apo. It is cohesion. Because of cohesion of apo, all these material elements are combined together. It cannot be seen, it cannot be thought. It is an object of mind. It is not an object of eye. And also, the tejo also is proved like this, Tejo means cold and heat. It is proved like this. Dhammakale chayam pavittanam sita buddhi siha. In a hot season, if we go into the shade of a tree, we feel cold. But tatteva chirakalam thitanam unha buddhi siha. If we stay under the shade of the tree for a certain period of time, again we feel heat. That means heat and cold is the same element. That means temperature. Then now, according to Abhidhamma, 4 great elements means actually 4 natures. 4 natures. But in modern science, we see that in electrons and protons, which are in atoms, they say quarks. There are 4 quarks. That means top and bottom, up and down, and it's strange and charming. Then they have found that very subtle 4 elements in matter. But according to Abhidhamma says there are 8 such most subtle elements. They are called 8 octad. That means Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Vanna, Gandha, Rasa, Oja. Solidity, cohesion, temperature, motion, and Vanna means color, Gandha means smell, Rasa means nutrient, taste, and nutriment means Oja. Then these 8 together, but these 8 elements cannot be separated from each other. That means they are together in the smallest unit of matter. Even it is further not reducible to any other matter, but it consists of 8 parts. They are positionally inseparable. That means padesato avinibhoga. They are called avinibhoga rupa, inseparable unit of matter. Therefore, every material things, if we analyze into the most subtle condition, still we find 8 parts. In the modern science also, they will find in the future, I think, 8 quarks. But however, now I have already explained all the 4 great elements, but in the next lessons we can refer to the other 24 material elements. They are in brief Bhuta Rupa. These are called four primary material elements, and then Pasada Rupa means 5 sense organs, and Visaya Rupa means they are objects. Objects means actually only 4 objects are taken: Rupa, visible form, Saddha, sounds, Gandha, smell, Rasa, taste. But touch is not taken, because touch means phassa. Touch means the 3 great elements, 4 great elements. That means Patavi, Tejo, Vayu. They are also, we can touch. Therefore, these 3 primary elements represent touch. Therefore, touch is not taken here. Bhuta, Pasada, Visaya Rupa. Bhuta, Pasada, Visaya, Bhava Rupa. Femininity and masculinity. Because in the material form of people, there are 2 forms, feminine figures and masculine figures. This difference is made by these 2 elements. Then Bhava Rupa, Bhuta, Pasada, Visaya, Bhavo, Hadaya. The heart base. Actually, heart base is also a material form which provides the basis for the existence of mind. We can explain it them later in detail. Then Bhuta, Pasada, Visaya, Bhavo, Hadaya, Vichyapi. Jivita Rupa, life faculty. That means we are living live, no? Because of that life faculty. And Jivita Ahara. Then this physical body exists because of the nutriment that we abstract from food. Then that is the that one. Then all these 18 elements are called Nippanna Rupa. That means real elements. But when we analyze the matter, we need some other concepts. They are not real material elements, but without their support, we cannot explain them. Then they are called Bhuta, Pasada, Visaya, Bhavo, Hade, Nichyapi, Jivitahara, Rupehi, Attarasa, Vidambhavi. Paricheda Rupa. Paricheda Rupa means space. If someone asks what is the what exists between 2 material elements, then we have to say space. But space is not a real element, but we have to take that concept. Bhuta Bhavo Hade Mityavi Jivitahara Rupehi Attarasa Vidambhavi. Paricheda Rupa, Paricheda Vinyati. 2 communication. That means we communicate with others physically and verbally. These 2 elements are also taken as some actions of the physical body. There are 2. Then Parichedota Vinyati, Vikara Rupa. Vikara Rupa means mutable aspects. That means this Rupa or matter changes. Then Lahuta means lightness. Muduta means softness. Kammanyata means active nature. These 3 active natures or changes of the material elements are taken as mutable elements. And Lakkana Rupa means characteristics. Upachaya, Santati, Jarata, Anichyata. Upachaya means collection together. The many kinds of material elements are come together. They come together to arise, right? Upachaya, Santati. They continue together because they as the process they continue. Continuity is called Santati. Upachaya, Santati. Jarata means decaying because material elements are decaying. Then Anichyata means impermanence of vanishing. Then these are the other 24 material elements. In the next lessons, we will explain one by one. Thank you. Then today I explained that 4 great elements and 24 secondary material elements. I explain only the four material elements which provide the basis for all other material elements. Thank you very much.